Hey guys, it's Michael here from Music for Income. I just wanted to put together a little video for you about music rights. This is something that seems to trip a lot of composers and producers up, and understandably so. It's a very complicated area. There's so many different rights within a piece of music that are going to be relevant to you when you're trying to make an income from your tracks. So in this video, I'm just going to go through and outline the main rights in a quick and easy way so you can understand them. Of course, I'm not a lawyer. Make sure you always get proper legal advice before you sign any contract. But this video should give you a basic understanding. Okay, so here are the rights that we're about to go through. Master rights, publishing rights, public performance rights, reproduction rights, digital performance right within the sound recording, print rights, and grand rights. Okay, so first up, master rights. This is the right to authorize the use of a specific recording of a piece of music. Now, you don't have to own the rights to the composition in order to own the rights to the particular recording. Whenever you record anything, that recording is now referred to as a master, whether it's an original work of yours or a cover of someone else's piece. Maybe it's an arrangement or even just a re-recording of an existing work. Now, typically, a record label owns this copyright. Okay, so next up, publishing rights. Publishing rights refer to the underlying composition. So think about the tune, for example, as opposed to any given recording of that tune. I've heard these rights often referred to as sync rights, which is the right to authorize the use of a musical composition in an audio-visual production, such as a film or TV show, regardless of which master they want to use. So remember, the master is the specific recording, whereas the publishing refers to the rights of the underlying piece. The term sync comes from the process of synchronizing the work with the visuals. These rights are typically owned by a publisher. Okay, third up, public performance rights. This is the right to authorize the performance, whether live or broadcast, of a piece of music in public. In other words, if someone wants to play your song or cue or concert piece in public, whether it's a live performance or by broadcasting it via radio, TV, streaming, etc., which is also considered a performance, albeit of a recording of the track instead of live, they need permission to do so. If you're a member of the performing rights organization in your country, such as ASCAP or BMI in the States or PRS for music in the UK, they'll issue this type of license on your behalf and collect royalties for those performances on your behalf and then pay you, which is marvelous. Number 4, reproduction rights. This is the right to reproduce a piece of music by making records, CDs, or if you're incredibly old, cassettes. In the context of film, TV, or game scoring, this comes into play when creating soundtrack albums. By granting reproduction rights to a production company, you're allowing them to make a soundtrack album. If you're an artist and you want to create your own cover of a song or include an existing recording in your album, you need to obtain what's called a mechanical license, which is what grants you permission to do so. Typically, you can contact places such as the Harry Fox Agency if you're in the States or the MCPS in the UK, who issue these licenses on behalf of most record companies. Next up, the digital performance right in the sound recording. Similar to reproduction rights, this is a permission to digitally transmit a particular recording. Streaming services require a license for this right, which is handled by places like Sound Exchange and or the record companies themselves. Moving on to the next one, print rights. This is very simple. It's the right to create and distribute sheet music. Lastly, grand rights. These basically apply to musicals or operas and are the rights to perform the songs within the context of the larger dramatic work. For example, if you wish to license Mr. Mistopheles from the musical Cats, and the character in the film or TV show is dressed as Mr. Mistopheles and reenacts the scene, you need a license for the grand rights. Typically, the publisher can issue a license for this. If you're in the film or TV or gaming music world, the most common two of these rights that you'll be dealing with are publishing and master rights. Also, as mentioned, record labels and publishers issue various rights, but sometimes they use sub-publishers who are authorized to issue licenses on their behalf. Again, whether you're licensing your own music to a production or need to obtain a license for a production, I recommend consulting with a good entertainment lawyer. So I hope this has all helped you understand various rights to do with music. If you're interested in making an income from your tracks, check out the link below and see how the Music for Income website can be a great resource for this.